Welcome to TacosandGeeks.com reviews. Justin here, and today I will be reviewing Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, which is directed by J.A. Benoit, stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Harris. As always, you guys, we give you a brief synopsis of the film, so here we go. 4 years after the Jurassic World theme park was closed down, Owen and Claire returned to Isla Nublar to save dinosaurs when they learned that a once dormant volcano on the island is active and is threatening to extinguish all life there. Along the way, Owen sets out to find Blue, his lead raptor, and discovers a conspiracy that could disrupt the natural order of the entire planet. Life has found a way again. Let me just go right off the back and say that I am going to spoil this movie to a degree. So if you do not want spoilers, go to another review. Anyway, so very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. First thing I'm going to tell you right off the bat is all the action scenes with the dinosaurs that you're expecting are in the trailer, except for one little creature that just keeps ramming things, which was like the highlight for me, which is pretty freaking hilarious. Where do I begin? The first act of this film was great. The second and third act, the film just falls flat on its face. And to me, this is just my personal opinion. Jurassic Park, it's at its strongest base when we get into certain tones. And that tone is this sense of dread, this sense of isolation. And that's one thing that I got from watching the original Jurassic Park. What I got from watching The Lost World. Hell, as horrible as Jurassic Park 3 is, I still felt that sense of dread. Jurassic Park works well when it's limited of characters and we have this, you use the environment, the setting, which will be Isla Nublar, or Isla Sonar, as the catalyst to the characters, as an antagonist, as long with the dinosaurs. One thing that made Jurassic Park so great is that you had these few characters: Alan Grant, Dr. Ellie Sadler, Tim, Lex and Tim, Ian Malcolm, and John Hammond. They're stuck on these islands with Samuel Jackson and the rest of them, and they're trying to figure this way out. But you had the environment. It was rainy. It was the dinosaurs. There was no way of escaping. Communications was down. There was no sense of hope. There was this dread there. And with Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, there was a little bit of sense of dread in the first act when they go to the island. And I think Jurassic Park works best when they're on the island, because I'm going to explain why once we get towards a little bit of this review. It works well when you're when you're in the island, because once Owen and Claire get back on the island and try to rescue these animals, everything goes to hell. It's like a race against time. I was on the edge of my seat with the volcanoes about to explode, but at the same time, they got to put these animals into their cages and try to capture them with this team of hunters, and everything is going absolutely crazy. It's a free-for-all. Like, you do not know, you don't know if they're going to make it or not, because there's just moments where dinosaurs are popping in out of nowhere. There's a stampede happening, not to mention the volcano. But there's certain movie moments here that also, as great as that first act was, there's certain movie moments that take you out of reality. You just sit back and you go, okay, I know this is a movie, but guys, Chris Pratt outrunning a volcano, Chris Pratt outrunning dinosaurs. I mean, there's certain things there that you just go, a little bit unrealistic. I know it's a movie, but I could not escape that fact. It's like, okay, this is not a superhero movie. You gotta have a little bit of realism here. There's no way this man can outrun the dinosaurs that, frankly, are clocked at 60 miles per hour. And let me get back to my point, is that the island in the first act, when they're trying to rescue the dinosaurs, there was such tensity there. It was such a sense of dread. It was so great character-wise, with character development with Chris Pratt, and you learn more about his relationship with Blue. And they had this real emotional arc between him and Blue. Blue's wondering, can she trust him again? And it was and Chris Pratt's character Owen trying to actually win back Blue's trust after Blue gets captured and everything else. So there's this real sense of character development between Blue and Chris Pratt. Bryce Dallas Howard also gets a little bit more of character arc as she's she feels guilty when it comes to the dinosaurs and her part that she played in Jurassic World. So she's trying to overcome that type of sense of guilt that she had by authorizing the Indominus Rex. And she comes to terms with that by trying to rescue some of these animals. Like, she's hell-bent. She realizes that, yes, these might be clone creations, but these are still living beings. And that's this whole debate with Jurassic World, which I thought was really good. It's like, are clones living beings? What do you do when something that man-made creates and it has a mind and a consciousness of its own? It's technically still a living being. So what do we do when it comes to stuff like that, especially if it's threatening our natural existence? Do we just kill them off, or do we let them survive and let life and nature take its course and let man correct their own error of their ways, or let nature correct the error of their ways? And I thought that idea and that ideology and that debate between characters was fleshed out very well, and I think Jurassic World did a great job of getting to that point. Now, the story goes completely downhill once they get off the island, because it becomes Jurassic World, the auction. And it's such a cliche money-driven businessmen doing things for money. And get this, guys. The reason, it turns out that the company that wanted Claire and Owen to capture the dinosaurs was for reasons, obviously, for money, the almighty dollar, sweet, sweet money. And the reason for that is because they wanted to weaponize these dinosaurs and use them for research and just auction them off. And of course, there's a ruthless, evil businessman there, and they also throw in this old guy randomly who happened to be John Hammond's partner. So apparently John Hammond didn't do this on his own. So it was John Hammond's partner, and he has a granddaughter who apparently is not a granddaughter. The big twist is this: spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. She might be a human clone. So and that's the reason why him and John Hammond broke up their partnership, is because he wanted to do human clones and John Hammond wanted to bring back animal clones or dinosaurs. So they split up, and of course he continued his research and cloned his a granddaughter for himself, based off I believe his daughter's DNA. And yeah, that's an actual subplot. It totally left field, brings the whole movie down. Really, really pointless. And this quote unquote clone is the reason why at the end we have Jurassic World. But I'm gonna get into that later. So the whole second act is basically them in this huge estate, the rich guy's estate, who has like this underground facility, and his business partner is in charge of everything. So he's doing a lot of backhanded deals. So half this rest of this movie is them auctioning off dinosaurs, and Chris Pratt and Bryce's character, Claire, trying to get off. First trying to get out of the prison that they're in, and then trying to free the dinosaurs and try to get the hell out of here and find Blue, who's being used as research, who's needed for the new, surprise, surprise, dinosaur created called the Indigo Raptor, which is a mix of the Raptor and the T-Rex. And this thing was bad. I gotta give it this though. Some of the kills were really good when it came to the Indigo Raptor. Very brutal, but it's not as graphic as the previous kills. The kills are not really as gory or as like the Lost World, or heck, even Jurassic World for that matter. These kills were kind of, some of it was off screen and some of it was just like 1, 2, 3, cut away. The dinosaurs would jump and cut away, and you'll see it, and that's it. Just action wise and pacing wise, from the second and third act, it just drags it down, man. Like, there's a whole bunch of science stuff. There's a whole bunch of auctions and we can't use these guys as weapons, and this is the world the world's coming to. And at the end of the movie, the clone releases they have a choice, because there's this gas that's coming around, and they have a choice of whether they're going to release the dinosaurs or let them die. The clone decides that she wants to release it because they're just like her. They're created just like her. Freaking kids ruin everything, I'll tell you. And then And then that's it. We get Ian Malcolm, who's only there in the beginning to give one monologue speech, Jeff Goldblum, and then at the end he says, "Welcome to Jurassic World." So now we have dinosaurs roaming freely, and that is going to lead to hopefully the finale, Jurassic World, which kind of sets up the whole premise. I don't know. I was very disappointed with this movie. It was beat for beat, and it's just basically a copy and paste of the Lost World, concepts from the Lost World, concepts from Jurassic World, put it together, and just it was. I felt bored during this whole second act when it came to the auctions. I didn't care. The whole using these dinosaurs as weapons is just really left field and kind of ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. I think Jurassic Park is better on the island when there's a sense of dread and sense of urgency. And some might argue, okay, like, wait, the dinosaurs are roaming free. There is going to be a sense of dread. There is going to be a sense of urgency. But is it really when the military and people with guns and people in power and just people who are learning to defend themselves could just go anywhere and just hunt these dinos down and just kill them all, wipe them all out? So the dinosaurs are evolving, they're reproducing. So I'm assuming the third one is going to be us against the dinos and the dinosaurs, and maybe it's just going to be like some Planet of the Apes war, us versus the dinosaurs, and dinosaurs are going to start probably talking, and we'll get that infamous Alan speech, or they're going to start saying Owen. So I don't know, you guys. Very disappointed with it. If you are a die-hard Jurassic Park fan, I will say matinee it. If you're not, wait for Blu-ray or Netflix streaming or Hulu streaming or whatever streaming is going to be on. If you need a star rating, it is 3 out of 5 stars. There were some cool parts in here, action sequences. Acting is great. There is one annoying character, but I'll let you figure out who that is. It's obvious. And it was just very disappointing. I expected more. I didn't expect a kind of a copy and paste. I wanted more intensity from this one. But nope, all we got was monsters in the house and beat for beat when it came to certain ways to defeat these dinosaurs. So, yep, this is Justin from TalkersGeeks.com saying, later days, catch you on the next one.